Mongil Stardive is one of the gacha games that I have been most excited for what, like a year now? I was reached out to by the devs here to do sponsored videos for the game. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. I said, of course, because I really loved the beta tests that I played. As a direct extension of that sponsorship, I was given access to a version of the game. This is not the full release version of the game. As you can see, when you click the rates here and you go to view details, it's still in Korean. So everything we talk about here is subject to change before release. But essentially what I wanted to do was go through the gacha rates with all of you. I have a tier list coming. I have a beginner's guide coming. All of this is going to be uploaded leading up to and following the release of the game. The gacha, I think, is always one of the most important aspects of every single gacha game. It determines whether or not the game is worth playing. If a game is free-to-play friendly, you're more inclined to spend on it. If a game does terribly, doesn't give you any premium currency, and requires an egregious amount of polls to actually obtain the characters, doesn't have a, or has a 50-50, or doesn't have a guarantee, it deters you from playing. There are 4 banners right now, at present. There is the rate up character here, Maida and Clover mascot, Esther up. If you look down the bottom right, there are 3 characters that come with her, the 4-star characters. And then you see Esther guaranteed after 90 attempts. I have not done a single poll yet. What this means is that the limited banner character is actually guaranteed at 90 polls. So Arknight's Infield, as an example, has that guarantee at 120. Neverness also, I believe, has a guarantee at 90 polls. This means that there's no 50-50. You just get the guaranteed character at 90 polls. You can then, additionally, as you read underneath it, get an additional Esther appearance rate bonus when you recruit 75. I don't know if that means you were guaranteed another version of her, like a dupe, one single dupe, or, since it does note, an additional Esther appearance rate bonus, whether it means that the rate of acquisition of her character has just been boosted. Going into the rates, you'll see that Esther herself, the limited banner character's unit rate of acquisition is 0.6%. This is, I believe, the same as Genshin Impact. This is 0.2% lower than Wuthering Waves. So this is worse than Wuthering Waves. The gacha here itself is better. The rates are worse, which is very concerning because my luck in WUA is already terrible. And in a lot of gacha games is already terrible. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume it's going to take me to that 90 guarantee to get it every single time. Then when you go into the details here, it's all in Korean, unfortunately. But the standard banner right here does have their version translated into English. The probability of summoning a 5-star increases by 6% starting from 76 summons. You can obtain a 5-star character with 100% probability at the maximum of 90 summons. I believe if we see the 90 summon, 100%, 6.6%. So yeah, I mean, the translation here just hasn't been applied to the limited banner, but it means essentially the same thing. When a 5-star character is obtained, the number of summons with the increased 5-star probability is reset. The probability of summoning a 4-star character increases by 46% starting from 9 summons, and you can obtain a 4-star or higher character or artifact with a 100% probability at the maximum of 10 summons. When obtaining a duplicate 5-star character for the 2nd through 7th duplicates, you receive 1 Seed of Destiny, which I'm assuming is the breakthrough, and 10 Threads of Destiny for that character each time. I'm not sure what the Threads of Destiny is, so I guess we're going to go ahead and do polls and find that out. For the 8th duplicate, you'll receive 25 Threads of Destiny. So we're going to go ahead here and do polls for the limited banner character first, because as we were given access to do sponsored videos on this, we do have access to some free polls. Then we're going to talk about the weapons or the artifacts, whatever those are, in just a minute. So let's go ahead here and do some polls. We'll get to 90, see how the guarantee works. For reference, this is 4 polls in a row, no 5 stars. 7 in a row, no 5 stars. That 0.6% really hurts. After successfully pulling her, I got her my 7th pull or 8th pull. It looks like the guarantee is reset and you were guaranteed her all over again, which means that there is no 50-50. You're just guaranteed the character every single 90 pulls. That is actually very, very good. I think the get an additional Esther appearance rate bonus when you recruit 75 meant that at that 75 point, the rate with which you acquire her, as was denoted I think it was here in the details, at 76 summons, yeah, increases by 6%. So that's what that meant. Once you hit 76, pull 76, you drastically increase the rate of that character's appearance. That's very good. That's actually, the gacha is better than I thought it was then. Okay, that's not too greedy. We're off to a good start. Well, the rates are terrible. The rates are not good, but the actual guarantee here is pretty good. Then we have the weapon gacha. It looks like 0.8% for the weapon. It would have been so much better if the characters had 0.8% rather than 0.6%. But, you know what, I'll take it for the weapons. Okay, this is apparently in Korean as well. So we're going to go ahead here and take a look at the standard, see what the standard says. Probability of recruiting a 5-star increases by 6% from 66. Oh, you're guaranteed the artifact. Wait, you can obtain A? Guaranteed after 80. Okay. So it looks like weapons are guaranteed at 80, and you start increasing by, what was it, 6%? Yeah, 6% after pull 66. That's actually very good, because that means you will guarantee the limited weapon at 80 pulls, but at the same time, you might get it very easily after pull 65. What I want to see here, though, is I want to do another... 90 pulls, guarantee Esther, and then determine how important the actual dupes are going to be. Because in a game like Neverness to Everness, all you need is one single dupe. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I just got her at like pull 30, pull 40. Awesome. Yeah, I'll take that. So now we can go ahead and determine how powerful the dupes are going to be. Because again, in Neverness to Everness... You can clean me, chat. The importance of dupes in Neverness to Everness are pretty much inconsequential. As long as you get your first dupe, you can move the actual talent that you get, the upgrade, the awakened passive, at will, which I think is really, really, really goddamn good. Now, where is the awakening here? Awakening. So it looks like awaken the first ability. Using a switch skill, it creates a smoke for 3 seconds. Additionally, the stealth range increases and stealth damage is multiplied by 2. Oh my god. Okay, that's actually pretty powerful. I unfortunately, I feel like what's going to happen is the dupes are going to be very effective and very strong, and you're going to require them. I also want to point out, what were they doing with Esther's character? Look at those coconuts, those water balloons there. They're enormous. The characters in this game, by the way, look absolutely phenomenal, but goddamn, Esther, holy crap, dude. There's also an exchange shop, but apparently it's not open, which is unfortunate because I can't show you guys what the exchange shop has to offer until I guess the game fully releases. But that is the gacha. It's not bad. It really isn't. I think it could be better. I think we could increase the rate of unit acquisition from 0.6 to 0.8. I think that would make it much easier to actually obtain the characters. I'm glad that there is a guarantee at 90 and that the guarantee continues to be present every single time you pull a character. So as an example, in Arcanite Enfield, you hit that guarantee at 120, but then you don't get the guarantee at 120 again. You get it, I think, at like 240, I believe, and then every 240 after that. And then you can also fail every 50-50. It looks like in Mongil Stardive, no, there is no 50-50. You get the guarantee at 90, and then every 90 after that, you get boosted rates after pull 75 or pull 76. What I don't know is if the pity carries over between banners. Unfortunately, this is in Korean, so I can't really see, but I'm gonna assume it is because this functions kind of like that 50-50 system would function. You don't see that there's like a redeemable guarantee like in Arcanite Enfield. After hitting that, you redeem your guaranteed character, where in this it's just like, you know, you're guaranteed the character and you get it like you would if you won your 50-50. So ultimately, that is a gacha. That is not a bad gacha at all. It's not the perfect gacha, but it is better than some of the other gacha games that are releasing or have released recently. Whether or not this makes you more or less excited for the game is up to you. I have multiple videos coming, tier list, beginner's guide, full review, everything over the next week or two. So I would be on the lookout for that. And hopefully you guys enjoy the game. I'll see you in it soon. Mr. Stix and I are going to be streaming this at launch. I hope to see you guys there. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, Instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.